Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Kate, coming to you from getpharmacyadvice.com, and today we're going to go over hangover remedies, which I see is fitting at this time of year, the holiday season, because there are plenty of parties going around and a lot of them are serving alcohol. So this list here, I hope it's not too confusing. I'm going to probably write something up along with this video, but it's such a list. There's no strong evidence behind any of this. In fact, I don't think they've done any much research or hardcore stuff that will prove that these work. But just in general, people have compiled a bunch of reports, and these are what they come up with. So the first one is drink plenty of water. Alcohol is naturally a diuretic, and so the more you drink, the more you'll pee, and the more you'll become dehydrated, which in case will make you feel pretty crappy the next day. Also, it takes a lot of water to detoxify the alcohol, so that also adds to dehydration. So just make sure you drink plenty of water. Now, if you want to try and prevent the hangover, or if you want to start early on your remedy for the hangover, once you have one drink, you can follow it by a glass of water, and then if you have another drink, you can then follow it with another glass of water, just alternate back and forth. It might help, hopefully. I guess it depends on how much you actually consume of alcohol. The next one is drink a sports drink or juice the next day, or even when you get home from drinking, or the party. If you do this, what happens is that when you drink enough alcohol, your electrolyte balance gets all thrown off, or your sugar balance gets all thrown off. So this imbalance will make you feel pretty crappy as well, kind of queasy and uneasy and just out of it. And also, if you become hypoglycemic, you have low blood sugar. So if you drink the sports drink like Gatorade or Powerade or some juice, if your stomach can handle it, that would be best. Also, you get the water from those drinks, so it'll help rehydrate as well. And then you would want to, the third one is eat eggs. Now this is important because it contains the amino acid called cysteine. Cysteine is directly related, or directly counteracts the metabolites that are produced from alcohol. So alcohol turns into metabolites, and it's these metabolites like acetaldehyde that are more causing the damage and the hangover effects. So cysteine directly counteracts these metabolites to help detoxify your system. Now, cysteine is in eggs, so if you like eggs, that's great. Just eat a bunch of eggs the next day, or a few, not too many, because then you have high cholesterol. You can go on and on. But in any case, it's actually the egg yolk that contains the cysteine, and there's no research as of right now whether cooking the egg affects the cysteine, like if it breaks it down and makes it not active or help you out, or raw. There is that raw egg remedy out there. So if you're into drinking raw eggs in a glass of water, that's great, but I would probably cook it if I were you. That's personal preference, but in any case. Also, Brussels sprouts contain cysteine, so if you're in love with Brussels sprouts like Nova is, then you could certainly eat a ton of those as well. And they have a lot of those in the South. That's where we are, so there, they come, well, plentiful. So the next thing is eat soup, especially soup that is based from bouillon, because this will replenish the salt and potassium that you tend to lose when you drink too much alcohol. And it will also give you the nutrients that you may lose, and it also contains water, which will help replenish your system. If your stomach can handle soup containing bouillon that has meat and veggies, that will help with nutrients as well. And it may help settle your stomach as well. So give it a try. That's an option. And then vitamin B complex is another option that might help you. What happens when you drink alcohol is your body becomes stressed. It puts stress on your body, on your tissues, on your liver especially. And vitamin B complex, or vitamin Bs, are supposed to help with stress on your body, supposed to help counteract that. Also, vitamin Bs tend to be depleted when you drink alcohol. So, for instance, vitamin B12 is used as a coenzyme to break down or to detoxify the acetaldehyde metabolite that's produced from alcohol. So the alcohol, once again, just in case it's confusing, alcohol is processed through your liver, it's metabolized into acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is a metabolite, so it actually causes some damage and produces the bad effects of the alcohol. And then vitamin B12 is a coenzyme used to help break down that acetaldehyde. So B complex the next day or the night before, or just stay up to date on your Bs, vitamin Bs, get a lot of them. That might help. Vitamin C could be helpful because once the alcohol and acetaldehyde metabolite is broken down in your body, free radicals are produced. Free radicals can cause damage to your tissues, and also they cause just discomfort with the hangover type symptoms. So if you get the vitamin C, you replenish that, and then the hangover symptoms will become better. They'll relieve them, and then also the tissues become less damaged in your body. That's what they say anyway. And then also, alcohol tends to affect your immune system in a bad way. It brings it down, doesn't work as well, or it could. So to ward off the flu or the cold, especially in this time of season, you'll want to replenish with the vitamin C. Then there's glucose. Now glucose tends to become decreased when you are drinking alcohol. What happens is that the alcohol stunts cortisol levels upon awakening in the morning, and cortisol is important for glucose to be released, or glucose levels to stay normal in the body. So when there's cortisol, stunting of the cortisol, then your glucose will be low, and this is why people become hypoglycemic. So if you want to replenish your glucose, or to keep you from being hypoglycemic, if you're hypoglycemic, you can feel pretty shaky and pretty uneasy anyway, and queasy. So to replenish your glucose levels quickly, you can take glucose tablets or glucose gel. Now, it's kind of gross, but it may help, and it depends how bad you feel. I don't know if you can handle it, your stomach can handle it, but you can give it a try if you're hard up. And if you're diabetic, you might want to, or if you have diabetes, you might want to, the PC term, if you have diabetes, you might want to be careful with this option as well. So then there's oxygen, which is kind of weird, because how many people have access to oxygen? Not many, but I thought it was interesting. There have been anecdotal reports from sources like the military, scuba divers, or medical staff that say oxygen has good effects or can help with hangover symptoms. And this is because, or they say it's because, the more oxygen you have that available to your cells, the faster the metabolic rate goes. There's an increase in metabolic rate, which then increases the release of not the release of the toxins. It increases how fast your body can get the toxins out of itself. So that is interesting. Now, that's just anecdotal reports. Not many people have access to oxygen, but if you're in Las Vegas, they do have the oxygen stations where you can suck up some oxygen. So give it a try if you're out there. Next is exercise, kind of the same idea with oxygen. When you exercise, even if you feel a little crappy, just get in a quick walk or a little jog or something if you can handle it. It's supposed to increase the metabolic rate as well, which will help get the body releasing of the toxins, get the toxins out of your body more quickly. And then sodium bicarbonate. This kind of sounds gross, but if you put some baking soda in water, it might help with some queasiness in there, but I don't know. It sounds kind of gross to me. But you can try it. And then also get plenty of rest. Most hangovers are gone within 24 hours, so if you just rest it off, you'll be, in addition to drinking water and the rest of these remedies, you should be fine pretty soon, 24 hours. And then, this isn't a remedy, but what you want to do is avoid Tylenol, because your liver is already working hard and detoxifying the alcohol. So Tylenol is metabolized through the liver as well, and it just might add too much work for the liver, and it might cause a little damage. So just avoid Tylenol. Try ibuprofen or Aleve if your stomach can handle it first. And then, like I said, there has been a 4-page report from the British Medical Journal saying that there's no compelling evidence that exists to suggest that any conventional hangover remedy actually exists. So there's just no hardcore evidence. These are all anecdotal reports, kind of suggestions, beliefs. So if you have any that you'd like to add, that would be wonderful. Just leave an email or comment on the article as posted on our site, and that would be great. We'd love to hear from you, and drink safely, drive safely, all that good stuff. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.